who's hungry out there? So we're getting ready for another cookout, and we're going to be making nachos. But instead of just making them over fire or the usual way, we're going to make a box oven. And there's a lot of ways to do this. A lot of people will get a box and a lid, and you actually cook inside the box. We're going to do an alternate box oven method where we're going to put all of our heat and our food underneath, and then we're going to put the box over it, so that way we don't need a lid to our box. So I want to make that perfectly clear. So when you're doing this, you need a paper box, and it needs to be big enough to put over a tray, which we'll have out here in a few minutes, but I want to show you how to do this first. So we're going to cover this totally with aluminum foil because we're going to have heat in this box, and we don't A, want the box to burn because we're either going to have charcoal or coals in here, and B, we don't want it to burn up, and we want it to last a long time. So alright, so you need the box, you need foil, and you do need some tape. I'm just going to use duct tape because that's what we have around. And I'm going to try to make sure everything inside is foil and not the duct tape because, again, there'll be heat inside. We don't want it to melt or burn. So I'm going to get started. So join me in just a second here. So we're going to take our foil, and really we want to start it inside, and if we could take one full piece and wrap it around the whole box. I'll do one way and then I'll do the other way. So if you can zero in here. And I'm going to try to not get any rips in here. There we go. And I'm going to put the shiny side out and the dull side in towards the box. That way with some heat it'll help reflect back in. So I'm going to get the foil. So I'm going to get it to lay flat up against. And then just so it stays there, I'm going to take little pieces of duct tape. You don't need a whole lot. And I'm just going to tape that down right now so that it doesn't move. And then I'll be doubling it this way, so I'm not worried too much that I'm not quite up against there. But I want it to get up against that wall, nice and tight. And then what I'm going to do, hopefully this, well there we go, the roll came out. I'm going to keep this nice and neat on the box. And go all the way around. There we go. I'm going to lift this in here. So I don't want to tear it. Okay, so somehow I've gotten off a little bit, so I want to move it over a little there. Okay, and then I'm going to carefully rip that. Okay, so now I've got kind of one side done, and I'm gonna, again, I'll tape it a little bit, and just remember I'm gonna overlap this so that tape won't be exposed. So there's kind of the part one, so it goes around the outside. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of this, and then we'll show you what the finished product looks like once it's all foiled. Okay, so we've got our box finished. It's perfect. This is all double foiled in here. Now you can get that tape and put in that's silver coated that won't burn, but we didn't use that, so we just carefully, so when we put here, nothing's going to bend in there. And then we just did use a little bit of tape on the outside just to keep the foil good, but it's solid, it's ready to go. So the concept to use this is we need some heat, so we can either use coals from the fire or charcoal. We're going to use coals today. So we're going to put this down, and that's where those are going to go. And then whatever you're going to cook, usually it's a lot of like hors d'oeuvre kind of things where you would melt something. So we're going to make nachos, so we're going to put some nachos and some cheese in here. And we can't just sit them right on the coals. So here's some options for you. You can get pop cans, aluminum cans, and then that could go like that. Actually, we only had 2, but 4 would be a whole lot better. Or just root through your drawers and cupboards and find what you have. So we actually have 2 kind of tins like that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put those there. Our coals will be right here. We'll have our food on top. Now, if we left it like that, it's not going to do anything because we haven't trapped the heat. So this is where the box oven comes in. So this is going to trap the heat. We're going to put that right over that. And we want to get it in a spot where it's going to be flush to the ground so heat doesn't come out. The only other thing too, that I think this is good. We're all set and ready to go. So we're going to go try this out here in a bit. Okay, I wanted to show you, a lot of people make the box oven with a lid, and our box didn't come with a lid, so we were going to show you one method. But if you did have a lid to seal it, what you'd want to do is have a hole or 2 in here to get a little circulation going, just a small hole. But then you would take this tray, put it inside, put your coals there, and then again you can just take these, set them in there, or your cans, and then you put your food. Now you've got your heat source, you've got some holes for circulation, and then you would just put a lid on top. So we'll demonstrate. This is just a tin, but it would go on top just like that and cover it, and that'd seal in all the heat. But we're going to do the opposite. We're just going to set it on. So I wanted to show you kind of a true box oven with a lid, how that works. So now we'll go grab our food.